This is macOS Ken.
I know what you're thinking. Where's the Lord? A pre-earnings financial analyst frenzy, Dan Riccio's secret mission, and walking with famous people. Happy 15th, y'all. It is Tuesday, the 26th of January, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken, brought to you by yours truly for 15 years, and sponsored by Sunbasket, delivering oven-ready meals that are fast, fresh, and delicious. Get $35 off your order using promo code macOSKen at sunbasket.com/macOSKen. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSKen. The pre-earnings financial analyst frenzy continues. Even analysts that aren't that sold on Apple shares long-term are all about anticipated December quarter numbers. Among them, UBS analyst David Vogt. Apple Insider had him issuing a note Monday wherein he raised his revenue and earnings per share expectations for the first quarter of fiscal year 2021. He had been looking for revenue of $98.9 billion on earnings per share of $1.35. He is now looking for revenue of $106.9 billion on earnings per share of $1.45. What's not to like, would seem to be his question. He thinks Apple shipped more iPhones than he expected. He thinks the phones they sold had a higher average selling price than expected. He thinks Macs did better than the same quarter a year earlier. And he is really just not into Apple shares. He's got a hold rating on Apple shares, as a matter of fact, and a price target of $115. Other firms see Apple beating expectations, and they are into Apple shares. Take JP Morgan analyst Samik Chatterjee. Please. Apple 3.0 ran a note from Chapman to clients. In it, he has the Cupertino company back with another one of those blockbuster beats. When it comes to revenue expectations, his appears to be the highest. He is looking for December revenue of $110 billion on earnings of $1.56. Now here I pause for a correction. I said on Monday's macOS Ken Live that Chatterjee was expecting revenue between $106 and $107 billion. That's what he says another group is expecting, and that's what I get for skimming. Apologies. While he does not expect Apple to offer guidance for the current quarter, he also doesn't seem overly concerned. If I'm reading his note correctly, though, he is a bit concerned about overly exuberant expectations going forward. Quoting his note, as outlined in our 2021 Outlook report, despite a strong 5G iPhone cycle, we see the high bar of investor expectations to leave lower room for upside for the shares, a greater portion of which we expect to be driven by non-iPhone segments with more contained expectations. So there is room to grow going forward, but expectations are so high, blow the roof off growth might be harder to see. Again, if I'm reading his note correctly. Chatterjee has an overweight rating on Apple's shares. His price target on the shares is $150. While many focus on the previous quarter, a couple of analysts are looking ahead. Apple 3.0 has run a note from Wedbush analyst Daniel Ives, while Apple Insider has run one from Cowen and Company. Both firms are concentrating on iPhone sales. Ives still thinks Apple could sell as many as 250 million iPhones in fiscal year 2021. Cowen, meanwhile, is looking a bit closer in to the current quarter. According to Apple Insider, Cowen currently believes Apple intends to produce 55 million iPhone units, a 49% year-on-year increase for the quarter, and up from 51 million forecast by the firm 1 month ago. 3 out of 4 iPhone 12 models are being boosted, in the firm's opinion. Only iPhone 12 mini remains unchanged. Cowen has a buy rating on Apple shares and a price target of $153. Ives, meanwhile, raised his price target on Apple shares on Monday. Sticking with his outperform rating, he has upped his target from $160 to $175. with even the ho-hummers singing Apple praises. Shares did it again on Monday. Mac Daily News says shares of the Cupertino company hit new intraday and closing highs. They got as high as $145.08 before finishing the day at $142.92. Apple currently has a market value of $2.404 trillion, according to the site, making it the world's most valuable company. While you've likely not forgotten, I will remind you until it's past, Apple's much-anticipated holiday quarter sing-along is set for tomorrow, Wednesday, the 27th of January. The company will release earnings after the bell, then at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Apple execs will get on the phone with analysts, ready to offer color for some questions and dodges for others. You can catch the call live on Apple's Investor Relations page. It'll also be out as a podcast a couple of hours later. We'll hit numbers on macOS Can Live, 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern at youtube.com/KenRay. And of course, we'll hit the call harder on Thursday's edition of macOS Can. Changes in Apple's executive ranks. The Cupertino company issued a press release Monday saying that Dan Riccio, the company's hardware engineering lead, will no longer lead hardware engineering. Props to John Ternus. He'll pick up where Riccio leaves off. So where's Dan Riccio going? Oh, he's not going anywhere. According to the release, he'll transition to a new role focusing on a new project and reporting to CEO Tim Cook. Well, obviously he's going to work on Apple Car, or Apple's VR, AR push, or something else none of us have ever thought of. In trying to figure out what he's going to do, reading into his previous work for Apple does not help. That is because he has done so freaking much. According to the press release, Riccio has been a leader in designing, developing, and engineering almost all of Apple's products, from the first generation iMac to the more recent 5G iPhone lineup, M1-based Macs, and AirPods Max. Riccio built the hardware engineering teams and scaled Apple's ability to innovate across multiple new product lines with the highest quality. After joining Apple in 1998 as a leader on the product design team, Riccio became vice president of iPad hardware engineering in 2010, and in 2012 he joined the executive team as the leader of hardware engineering. In short, there is absolutely no telling what he's working on that'll have him answering to Tim Cook and Tim Cook alone. I look forward to having no idea what he's up to for years to come. The next Big Sur update draws closer. MacRumor says Apple has seeded Release Candidate 2 for macOS 11.2 to developers and public beta testers. The splashiest change is probably the fix for the problem that Apple made for itself. The piece says the beta eliminates a feature that allowed Apple apps to bypass third-party firewalls, security tools, and VPN apps. According to the beta release notes, it also improves Bluetooth reliability, handles a problem with external displays on M1 Mac Mini, fixes a problem with edits to Apple Pro RAW photos in the Photos app, and there is plenty more where that came from. Or where that will come from. No word on when the update will be out to everybody else. More news in a moment, but first a word from Sunbasket, delivering oven-ready meals that are fast, fresh, and delicious. The new year is a great time to try new things, and Sunbasket is a great way to do that. My last order from Sunbasket had 2 of their meal kits and 1 fresh and ready meal, and each was fantastic. The ginger scallion skewers with apple cabbage slaw had a wonderful blend of flavors, while the Mojo tacos with salsa verde, well, I'm sad that they're not sitting here with me right now. Their fresh and ready meals are great as well because they're fresh and ready. I had the butter chicken with basmati rice pilaf heated and eaten in pretty short order. The chefs at Sunbasket have won Michelin Awards and a James Beard Award, which is why everything tastes amazing. See what they can cook for you. And do it for less. Right now, Sunbasket is offering $35 off your order when you go right now to sunbasket.com/macOSken and enter promo code macOSken at checkout. That's sunbasket.com/macOSken and enter promo code macOSken at checkout for $35 off your order. sunbasket.com/macOSken and enter promo code macOSken. If you're a Fitness Plus subscriber, you may have noticed something new in your Apple Watch workout options Monday. Engadget says Apple has pushed Time to Walk stories into its offerings. According to the piece, Time to Walk is a set of stories that play alongside a walking workout initiated from the Apple Watch. Essentially, they're self-contained podcast episodes exclusive to those with an Apple Watch and Fitness Plus subscription. 4 storytellers with whom to walk so far: actor Uzo Aduba, NBA player Draymond Green, and musicians Shawn Mendes and Dolly Parton. The piece says new episodes will arrive on the Apple Watch every Monday from now through the end of April, and users can go back to browse and play previous episodes. A couple of requirements for these. First, they will only play through Apple Watch, so you'll have to have one of those. That means you will also need Bluetooth earphones of some sort. I tried to start one of the stories from the comfort of my couch. While I thought that would start a workout that I'd have to erase, starting the stories automatically starts a walking or wheelchair workout according to the piece. It wouldn't play through my watch, nor through my phone, looking instead for AirPods, which were elsewhere. I thought it might find my phone. It did not. So, no wired earphones for you. We'll wrap the day with a couple of teases for Apple TV Plus stuff. First, Mac Rumors says the Cupertino streamer has posted a first-look short for the film Palmer. If you've forgotten what that one is, Apple describes it, saying after 12 years in prison, former high school football star Eddie Palmer returns home to put his life back together and forms an unlikely bond with Sam, an outcast boy from a troubled home. But Eddie's past threatens to ruin his new life and family. The first look is basically parts of the film intercut with sound bites from actors Timberlake, Juno Temple, Alicia Wainwright, writer Allen, and director Fisher Stevens. Palmer hits Apple TV Plus this Friday, the 29th of January. You can catch the 2.5-minute promo video on YouTube. And finally today, are you like me, surprised by the shows that excite you on Apple TV Plus? I wanted to love Dickinson. I did not. I wanted to like For All Mankind and sort of did. I expected to hate Ted Lasso, and I absolutely loved that show, and I wasn't sure what to expect from Mythic Quest, and I ended up loving that too. When Apple TV Plus got the rights to make the Snoopy show, well, I was unimpressed at best. I'll grant you, I'm not the target demo on that show, and I doubt I'll watch it, except I might. Cult of Mac ran a piece Monday saying that Apple had posted a new trailer for the Snoopy show based on the Peanuts characters created by Charles M. Schultz. I watched it just so I could say I had, and I was struck by 2 things. First, Snoopy and Charlie Brown like each other in this show. If you think about it, Snoopy has always sort of ignored Charlie Brown, and Charlie Brown more or less suffered his dog. The second thing that struck me about the trailer, laughter. It actually made me laugh a couple of times. As I say, I'm not the target demo. Not sure whether I'm going to watch it, but I've gone from not caring to glad that they're putting this out. The Snoopy show hits Apple TV Plus Friday, the 5th of February. Between now and then, you can catch the latest trailer on YouTube. Coming up in a few minutes, Brian Chaffin, editor-in-chief of the Mac Observer, is with us this week. While Mac fans are fans of Macs, they all have ideas about how to make them better. Building on rumors that Apple is redesigning its computers, Brian and I will sketch one out. The show is called In a Few Minutes. Look for it and subscribe wherever you get podcasts. As I mentioned at the top of the show, macOS Ken turned 15 years old today. I may talk about that on today's macOS Ken Live. I may not. Tough to say. Find out this afternoon, 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/KenRay. Catch it live or on replay there. You can also grab the audio podcast, macOS Ken Live, wherever you get podcasts. macOS Ken, brought to you by me for 15 years. And sponsored by Sunbasket, delivering oven-ready meals that are fast, fresh, and delicious. Get $35 off your order using promo code macOSKen at sunbasket.com/macOSken. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSken. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Let the 16th year begin. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.